Hi guys, Squirrel here, I'm back. Train Simulator, this is the second part of the 3 countries corner route. If you remember, I did the first one, and now we're on the second mission. There's 10 in total. Right, I hope you've had a good rest. Driving up the pass can be a bit tricky at times, but the weather is very nice today, so I don't expect any problems. Open the doors first to let the passengers on board. This daily service runs from Zurich to Vienna. Okay, which platform are we at? We're at Bludenz. Okay, let's stick our head out the window and watch some passengers get out. There you go. Let's see. Passengers pick up. 11:30 depart. 11:31. Okay. Probably going to be a little bit late. Taking off. Let's have a look in the cockpit while we're here. There's another train coming. Bludenz track 4. What have we got? Let's put that to forward. Except we've got some kind of braking system. Okie doke. It's all good. We've got a clear signal, so we just wait for everybody to get in and we'll be off. Let's do this. Release the brake. We've got a 140 kilometer speed limit, which doesn't seem right to me. I'll just accelerate gently and pick up speed. See if we can get sight of a speedometer sign. Don't forget the in-game speedo doesn't always work correctly. I wish it'd hide the mouse. The mouse is so irritating. Just hide it until I move it. That would be perfect. Yeah, the in-game speedo doesn't always work perfectly on this 3 countries corner route. I did explain that in the first video, so I won't go through that again. I'm looking to get speedometer sign. I'll probably keep it to 60 just for now. Yeah, there we go. Straight away. There was a 6 sign on the right. I don't know if you saw it or not. So yeah, it's 60. That's fine. We've got it covered. Up ahead it changes to 70. Let's get an external view, shall we? Oh, I'm in danger of speeding. Nice. These are very, very quiet trains, aren't they? Very quiet. You could understand it if you lived in scenery like this. You wouldn't want noisy trains coming past. Beautiful. I wish the mountains in the distance were a bit more visible. It's a lovely sunny day and yet they're all greyed out. I think that's probably a graphics engine limitation. 7 sign we just passed, that's 70. But only 70 when the back of the train goes through. And it looks like we're about to climb up a hill. Not surprising, this is the Alps of course. Hopefully we'll get to see some nice scenery and maybe... Let's pick up speed now, I think. I'm going to need some throttle up here. I was just about to say maybe some history. This pass was opened in 1884 and was part of a planned railway line from Britain to Egypt. Oh my god. It took 5,000 men 4 years to build and was long seen as an engineering masterpiece. It was also the biggest building project of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Wow. A railway line from Britain to Egypt. That's incredible. That would have to go all the way through Europe. And then Egypt is on the other side of the Med. You know, he's like in Africa. How the heck does it get round there? You have to go all the way around. Surely they didn't plan on the train line going to Egypt. Surely you'd have to pick up a ferry or something. That'd be crazy. Right, this hill is very, very steep. Notice there's some vehicles over here. I'm just going to take a look at those. Ah, 3 cloner cars. Nice. Hang on, is that car floating? I think it is. It is as well. Look at these cars are floating. That's hilarious. Oh, that is so bad. That's not a fault of this scenario. That is a graphics engine. The graphics engine in this game is like out of the 90s, I think. Good grief. Oh dear. Rumour has it, I think Dovetail Games have taken over this game. Rumour has it that next year, not this year's release, but next year's release in 12 months' time, they're moving the whole thing onto Unreal 4 engine, I think it is. I almost said Unreal Tournament, that's a game. The Unreal 4 engine, I believe. That's what I read anyway. And the Unreal 4 engine will give this thing... It'll make it look like it's on steroids. I mean, this engine is so dated. The graphics engine is really dated. I don't know how difficult that conversion is going to be for them, but by God, it's going to make this game look better. And interesting enough, Dovetail Games have taken over Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, so they've really got their work cut out for them. A brand new train simulator engine and a new flight simulator. Wow. I hope they've got plenty of developers. They're going to need them. Oh, look at that. That is a lovely view. So if you're in this thing, you'd seriously want to be on the right-hand side carriage, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be on the left side, just looking at a big mound. Actually, can we get inside? There you go, see. See, he's got it right. You wouldn't want to be there looking at that. You want to be on this side looking out here. So he's got it right. There's no buffet service here. Be nice to see people walking around, wouldn't it? Maybe they can do that with the Unreal Engine when they get it up. Maybe they'll be able to do some wonderful stuff. Allow real scripting. The Unreal scripting engine is fantastic. Maybe they could allow mod authors to script people moving around inside the train. We're now approaching Braz. It is very popular with photographers as trains have to navigate the Brazen Bogan, Braz Arch, after passing the train station. A perfect spot for nice pictures and also used by the railway companies to get footage for advertising. It must be real chocolate box scenery. Oh, cows! Cows, cows, cows! Yay, they're like those Milka cows, aren't they? You know the chocolate bar, the Milka chocolate bar, they're a bit like that. And sheepies! Oh! Floating houses. Up there. You see them? I need to slow down a touch. We're about to level out. I'm in danger of breaking the speed limit. And looking ahead, it's about to drop to 60. So I'm going to try and use the hill as a brake in a second. And by that I mean if I throttle down, we'll get some hill braking going. I won't need to touch my brakes. It's a shame that's all so grey because, you know, I'd love to have seen that all snow-capped and looking wonderful. I should have probably have tooted my horn over there. I think we need to back off on the throttle now. Yeah, I'm going to try and get this thing down to 60. Just using the hill as a brake. More cows. Again, it'd be kind of nice to see these things moving around. Maybe some farmers. I'm going to slow down a bit too much here. We've got green signals anyway. Yeah, the possibilities with the new engine, eh? Blimey. It'll transform this game. I think simulators are coming of age, you know. Particularly on the PC. Oh, I'm speeding after all. Foolish man, foolish man. Slow down, slow down, slow down. I wasn't paying attention. Just let it sneak over 60. When's the next stop? 19k. Pick up passengers from Langen am Arlberg on track 2. 19 kilometers away. There's no time scale, so it looks like we can just hopefully relax and enjoy this scenery. I guess the first scenery is more of an introduction. This is 2 out of 10 scenery pack, so I'm guessing it's more of an introduction to the whole thing, giving you some potted history, and then later it's going to start ramping up the difficulty. Well, you'll probably be expected to understand all the different signals and signs that you see on the way. I wouldn't like to have a house so close to the train line, would you? Even if this thing's electric and really quiet. I still wouldn't want to live just so close. It's nice around here though, I'll give it that. I wonder what the climate is like when you live inside a giant valley between a mountain like this. Whoa, we're slowing down. You may notice that almost all train stations on the pass have been closed. This is because the pass is constantly running at capacity. Because of this, the OEBB decided to stop all regional train services and close down all the smaller stations. The little towns are now connected by buses, and on the pass you will only find Eurocity, Intercity and freight trains. Even the German ICE high-speed trains use this pass now. Okay, so this thing is so busy that they've basically shut down the small train stations so that you don't have any frequent stoppers. And they're only allowing high-capacity, high-speed trains to come through that don't make frequent stops, and then if you want to get between the towns, you've got to take the buses. It's probably a sensible move if they've really got that much capacity. Must admit, I don't know about you, but I must admit, I hadn't actually noticed they were all closed. I guess that is because there was you know, no people there. I'm just going to take a look back. Looks like we're coming through a tunnel. I can see that we're climbing a hill, speeding up to 70 possibly. And then we've got 2 tunnels coming up back to back. Let's get that mouse out of the way. Let's stay inside the cockpit while we go through the tunnels. The external camera can get a bit confused in a tunnel. I'm never quite sure if I'm supposed to kind of drive... I mean, if you're a train driver and the speed limit's 60, what would you try and drive at? Would you try and stick around 55? Would you try and get as close to 60 as you can? Do you hit 60 and risk going over it slightly? I mean, how does it work? What's the best policy, do you think? That's a question for actual train drivers. Of which I am not. I'm just a sim train driver. Oh, I love this. Stick my head out the window. I think the acoustics is wrong. That should be very loud and echoey if I'm got my head out the window. Oh, the station's up ahead, look. Yep. Oh, hang on, that's a different one. Yeah, look, Hintergas closed, track 2. This is not our station. Wow, that is some drop, look at that. Blimey. You can imagine building a track like this. Especially when they did build it. I mean, nowadays it's all mechanised, but back then it was all manual labour. Can't begin to imagine how hard work that was. You try swinging a pickaxe. Just try swinging a pickaxe around for like, you know, half an hour, just breaking up rock. Half an hour. And your back, your muscles will ache. You'll be so tired. These guys are doing it all day long. Unbelievable stamina. I need to back off. I'm almost about to break that speed limit. Well, this is a station right on the edge. It's a pity they've closed that down because it's a... Man, you having said that, if you got off there... Where are you visiting exactly? The town down there, down the slope? Oops. Brakes. I'm speeding. Let's get back in the cockpit. There we go. So busy looking at the scenery, I often fail to pay attention to the speed. Which is a bit naughty of me, I know. Right, we're going up a hill again. Let's get some throttle on. Having said that, we're about to hit 60 limit. There we go. Let's try and hold that speed now. There's a 6 on the left. Wow. Now that is a drop. Look how far those cars... Look at those cars are like tiny little things. It's a heck of a drop, that is. Yeah, expect future scenarios will be time-based. This is not time-based at the moment, just kind of... Which is good, it's a nice little introduction, isn't it? Wow, this tunnel feels very close for some reason. Closer than the other ones. Maybe it's because it's a single track. I'm speeding again! Blimey. It's a good job I'm not on career mode. I'd have no points left by now. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. I like this scenery. They've done a nice job on the modelling. What do you think, sir? Do you like the view? Yes, it's splendid. They don't talk very much, do they? You can imagine when they're building a line like this, they're planning the line. You can imagine that there's so many possibilities. You just got this mountain and you can go through it all kinds of ways. You got to try and plan it so that it's not too steep, so that you don't have to tunnel too much, because obviously tunneling is extremely expensive, especially in the Alps. The rock is very, very hard. Every single tunnel they build is like added cost and duration to the whole project. Try and run around the side as much as they can. It must, you know, a lot of planning must go into it. I'm just going to hold it at 60. I can see a 60 limit coming up. We must be getting near the peak by now. Does it? Oh, it should show you an altitude, shouldn't it? It should give us an idea of how high up we are. Look at that. Just climbing and climbing and climbing. Are we going to the ski resort? It feels like, I don't know if it's just me, it feels like we're going downhill and yet we're not. I don't know what it is, it's some weird illusion. I think it's because the track is level, but the hills up there are sloped, which makes you feel like you're going downhill, but you're not. It's kind of odd. Look at this. A fellow train. It's like having your own little train set, isn't it? It really is. There we go. Let's go with that view, I think. The compact view. $70k limit. How far away? 10k's away. Lots of trees, lots of mountains. Lots of slowing down because I'm going up a hill. Where is the track that well, yeah, that's a good question. Where is the track that comes back again? This is a single track. Which doesn't surprise me because this thing probably cost a lot of money to make. So how do they get back down? They can't seriously just run point to point. Because if I get stuck here, I'm going to hold the whole line up. Maybe it does a big loop or something, comes back down another way, but that would be twice as expensive. That would be crazy. So why is it only single? Incidentally, the three countries corner route, which I'm showing you here, is a pack. It's a link in my video description if you want to go ahead and buy it. This is scenario 2 out of 10, like I said, and I can't believe. I mean, there's so much scenery here. I can't believe how much they've made. It must have taken them ages to make this. Never mind the actual simulation underneath of all the signals and the speedometers and stuff. They've really done the homework. Just wish this train was a bit more... wasn't just little screenshots here. Eight kilometers. That looks like... So it looks like we're going left and then sweeping to the right, maybe over there. Looks like we're climbing all the way up there. I hope it tells us a bit more about the town when we get there, such as what the sea level is. You know, height, altitude from sea level, because it is... We've been climbing forever. I mean, you think about this. We've been going, what? How far is that? 7. We've been going 13 kilometers now. Still climbing almost all of it. There's a floating rock there. Did you see that? There's a little... Well, not a little rock. There's a giant boulder. It's just floating. It's a pity we've got all these trees, because... If there weren't quite so many, we'd get a nice view out of here. There we go, that's better. Yay, look at that. Imagine living in that valley. I bet you, if you lived in a village like this, I bet you everybody here knows everybody else. We're now approaching Wald am Arlberg. It has a very rapid changing gradient at its station, so watch out. It's also the place where the OEBB built a hydroelectric power plant to get all the electricity needed for this pass. The pass was fully electrified in 1925. Blimey. It does seem to flatten off quite a bit. Look at that. I'm slightly paranoid now. That's quite clever. They built a hydroelectric dam while they were building the track so that they have the whole thing electrified. An electric dam equals free electricity. I bet you that's what powers the entire town down here. Like the whole valley. It's probably hydroelectric powered. Okay, I'm wary of the speedometer here. Oh, nice bridge, look at this. Oh, awesome. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, look at this. You can see the gradient here, and then it just flattens out completely. I wonder if it'll continue to stay flat to the next town. I'm not actually stopping here, though. Ah, here, look, this is a single track pass, and now we're splitting into 2 tracks again. So they literally have to wait. It's just a pure congestion point. Alright, Fred. Track's all yours, sir. I don't actually know if his name's Fred. It's probably not. It's probably Hans or something. Again, another closed track. Now just used as a waiting point. So yeah, look, we're going back into single. So it is just a massive bottleneck, the whole thing. They have to wait point to point. Whoa, 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 whoa. Steady on though, we're just flattened out big time. Look, I'm picking up speed, we're actually going downhill. I'll just throttle back completely. That's a nice little siding, isn't it? Look at that. Looks all derelict now, doesn't it? Alright, so we're climbing again. 4.8 kilometers. Imagine when they're making these tunnels, they make them as narrow as they can. Just enough space for the train, the cable above it, and a slight walkway down the side should the train break down in the tunnel. Apart from that, you know, if you think about it, if you went out 5 centimeters, made it 5 centimeters bigger, the volume of mountain that you'd have to excavate just goes up rapidly. They just make them as narrow as they can. And a good example of that, actually, is on the Central Line. On the London Underground. Like the Central Line and the Victoria Line, they are inches. There's like inches separating the actual train from the tunnel wall. It's ridiculous. You couldn't get out of the train and walk down the side of it. There's no room. They've just maxed it out completely. I tell you what, when you're on this thing, I bet your ears pop all the time. Just constantly climbing. Your ears just popping. Right. 114 with a 4 underneath it. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I need to check up my signage again. We've also got a countdown sign, 3, 2, 1. Before a potential speed change. Which it looks like it's going to move to 70. Yep, 2 green signals and a 7 underneath. Yeah, there we go. So mostly the in-game speedometer is correct. Based on the signing, so that's good. Let's have a look outside. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Makes you wonder why they have this overhang. What's its actual purpose? Is it rockfall? I assume that's what it's for. You wouldn't go and build this overhang just to keep the train dry, would you? So I can only assume it's a safety thing. If I was sticking to a schedule now, I think I'd be failing hard. I really don't think I should probably be running the gauntlet nearer to 70 at this point. How far? 2.6? Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. There we go. You're allowed 1 kilometre per hour over the limit. It's a pretty narrow margin. But Swiss trains and Japanese trains and stuff, they're all very, very on time. Extremely accurate. I can imagine their train drivers drive at 70 all the time. Although, I can't figure out why they don't have cruise control. You know? Why not just slide it to 70 and then let the computer work it out? Instead of constantly adjusting. I don't know, maybe there's a good reason for it. Maybe the driver's much better than the computer at anticipating how to use momentum, how to not use the brakes to slow down, use the hills, all that kind of stuff. Maybe the driver's just better. I don't know. Right. Speed limit of 100? Not for us, we're stopping here. In fact, I'm going to start slowing down, because that is not far away. This is one big tunnel. This is vast! How big is this thing? Oh, we've actually got 2-lane tunnel, look at this. That's unusual. Yeah, it is 100. It actually said 10 on the sign though. It's got 100 kilometers per hour speed limit through here. I'm gonna hope my momentum takes me in now. Whoops. Just put it on 100% braking and I didn't mean to. Oh, this is sweet. Look at these logs and stuff here. Now then, I remember this. I should have paid attention. And looked for the number I'm supposed to stop at. At the back of the train, that'll do. The back of the train's on there. That's not a bad stop, actually. I don't think. Look, the first carriage though, which is probably first class. They get to go straight down the staircase. I just pressed T. Doesn't appear to be opening. Interesting. I'm pressing T to open the doors. Maybe it wants me a bit further forward. This would be odd, it's never done this before. The whole back of the train is on here. The back of the train's on the platform. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. Sure, they're not that picky around here. Are they? I am at the right stop, aren't I? Yeah. Langham and Arlberg, track 2. I'm at track 2. I'm pressing to open the door. And it's not happening. Interesting! I have no idea why. Wasn't there a manual control for this somewhere? Maybe not. I don't know. I really don't know why they're not getting out of here. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to go right to the end of the platform. If the doors open when I get to the end, this will be such the most bizarre thing. I'm glad I'm not on a timer anyway. Let's just go right to the very edge. Maybe they really are that sensitive about where they got off their train. Say, nope, we're not getting off here. I refuse to walk those extra 10 meters. Oh my god! Wow! What is that about? You lazy bunch of... They refused to get off my train until I'd moved forward about, what, 10 meters? Seriously, 10 meters, if that. That's insane. Nice view, innit? Okay, I think we're off. Double check everybody's on. Yeah. Jump over here. 100 kilometers per hour speed limit. Let's do this. Let's floor it. 100% throttle. Spill your coffee. We're late. San Anton, track 3A. Not 3, 3A. That's like platform... Is it 13 and 3/4 or 12 and 3/4? The Harry Potter. Platform 13 and 3/4? Are we having a laugh? No, it's 12 and 3/4, isn't it? Yeah, you got me thinking now. Is it 12 and 3/4 or 13? Anyway, we're going to platform 3A. This thing sure can pick up speed. We're now driving through the Alberg Tunnel. It was at the heart of the whole project and enables trains to pass over the mountains even during the harsh winter months. The tunnel is 10 kilometers long. It took 4 years to build and 92 people died in here in construction. Right from the beginning, the tunnel was planned to have tracks and a maximum speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Just have 2 tracks. Wow, a 10 kilometer tunnel with a speed of 100 k's. This is awesome. This is the best thing ever. I tell you what as well, somebody drew a straight line. Look at this! Tell you what chaps, we're going to build through this tunnel. Let's just drill straight ahead, and wherever we come out, that'll do. This is actually an incline. 4 years, 92 people. I wonder how much dynamite they used. Nowadays you just get one big boring machine and it would just drill for 24 hours and just come out the other side. 10 kilometers now is nothing. I think the one that's doing the Crossrail project in London, and there's a machine that's currently boring the new tunnel, and that machine is doing something like 70 meters a day, I think it is. 70 meters a day, which means it can do 700 meters after 10 days. Whoa, I'm speeding. Which means 7 kilometers after 1,000 days. That's what, 3 years? 7 kilometers? So it's probably about the same time as they built this, except hopefully 92 people won't die doing it. I think it's 70 meters per day. I'd have to go and have a look. Maybe it's more. I just remember briefly catching a document. Well, I didn't catch the whole thing. I saw a bit of a documentary about it. Those tunnel borers are incredible. They have this... It bores at the front with these diamond cutters. And then all the... Well, it turns out to be clay that it's taken. And it's all clay underneath London where it's digging. And the clay is basically thrown off the back. It goes straight onto a conveyor belt, where the conveyor belt system just literally takes it right to the surface. And 24 hours a day, this clay is just coming out onto the surface. And these massive diggers and trailers just turn up and take it all away. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know where they're putting it. What they're doing with it. Presumably making pots out of it or something. It is clay after all. But yeah, it's just complete 24-hour operation. But that is... It's precision drilling. It really is. The tolerances are like millimeters. I hope we see another train come the other way. That was quite cool. Well, that's just not loud enough. It's disappointing. I want that horn to be echoey and horrible. Yeah, we're doing 100. Exactly 100 kilometers. No, we're doing 101. Slow down, slow down. I'm pushing the boat there. Look, 101 limit. I'm doing 101 out of 100 limit. Fantastic. Now this is quite a wide tunnel. You've got 2 tracks and room on either side as well. This is impressive, isn't it, eh? I'll tell you what though, the people who did the map for this, who developed the whole thing, they must have loved it when they got to this bit. This would be like the easiest modelling job ever. Build a tunnel section, and then duplicate it 150 times until it comes out the other end. Until it's 10 kilometers long. Oh, no, we've got a slight curve. We've got a slight right-hand curve. They did actually model that. I'll forgive them that. So I can see around the corners, can't I? Also notice the shading is really... It's so... the lighting, though, is horrible. It's just not shaded nicely at all. Oh, look at the surface. We're about to go over a hill, go down, and then come and level out. I need to watch my speedometer here. I'm going to start picking up speed without needing any acceleration. There it is. There's the brow. You can see the brow of the hill. You can see the light there as it goes down again. It's awesome. Yeah. Watch the speedo. There it goes. It's going up. I'm going to have to throttle off now. I'm just going to back off completely, I think. I reckon the momentum of this is going to take us... Yeah, I'm going to have to brake. There we go. I've got it under control. I've got it nailed, guys. How far away are we? 2.3 Ks. San Anton. This is it. This is the destination. So it is downhill. That's interesting. It climbed and climbed and climbed, then went downhill. Why? Why didn't it just climb and then level out at San Anton's level? Why did it go up and over? What was it trying to get? What were the diggers trying to... The excavators? They must have been going over something. Maybe granite or some other hard surface. There must be a reason. They don't just do this for no reason. You know, I'd like to think they didn't just dig too high and then go, uh-oh, we need to head down a bit, guys. San Anton's actually below us now. We've dug too much. I'd like to think they planned it out properly. I'm sure they did. Engineers generally don't just kind of leave things to chance, do they? Right, 0.9 away. We're almost there. That was quite a cool bit of tunnel, actually. I quite enjoyed that. Slow down. We're going way too quick.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Super.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Yep, that's the alarm. I'm just going to slow down. We're doing 50. Nice, that'll do. Might bring it down a little bit. Interestingly though, it's still got a 100k speed limit here. This is insane. I would have thought it would have dropped down to sort of 40 or 50. Right, so exactly where does it want me this time, I wonder? Precisely at the front of the platform, do you think? I just love the way the passengers refuse to get out unless you get it right. That's so funny. I'm not sure which platform I'm supposed to stop at, if I'm honest with you. The numbers are above, not platform, watch point there. There's a 200 there above us. But I'm just going to go right to the end. That seemed to work last time. Yeah, somewhere around here should do it. Right near the front of the platform. There you go. Hopefully that's good enough for you lot. Hopefully you'll actually get off my train. Wow, I wonder where that goes. Press T. Yay! Cool. That is the end of the scenario. What did you think? Quite a relatively easy run, but a beautiful look at the scenery, I think. And a minor hiccup at the last platform, but that is scenario 2 done. I have 8 more left, and they're going to get progressively harder. With challenges on the way. She's floating as well. What is it about this game? Congratulations, you are literally at the peak of your career now. From now on, you can drive on your own. I'm sure you will make a great train driver. Be safe, but most important of all, enjoy yourself here. Cool. Picked up 3 passengers, sped 5 times. Yeah, that's fine. That was Route 2, Introduction Part 2 of the 3-country corner route. If we go back to the scenario list, we've done 2 now. The next one is the night train through the valleys. Ooh, it's nice and warm summer's night, and your job is to take an intercity from Bladens to Lindau. Use stopping markers 200. Did that actually tell me where to stop? It did. Use stopping marker 250. I didn't pay attention, guys. That's my bad. Okay, so that is Route 2. Route 3 will be the next video. Please give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this, and don't forget, check out the video description for a link to the 3-country corner route. That's all from me. Take care, guys, and happy training.